clock, you idiots. All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? This is brewpac.shakur, a.k.a. Vice.
What's up, everybody? It's Art.
And this is Brian.
And welcome to the Brewing podcast, where we're creating community connections through casual conversations. Episode 37.
Damn.
I know. What's 37? Rodney Harrison episode.
Over the hill.
Charge us. Please do us a favor and subscribe to our
That's my
YouTube
age.
channel. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I think so.
He doesn't even know how old he is.
Yeah.
We haven't even started drinking yet.
I know. Please do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It does help us out. Road to 500.
Nice.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Gotta-
Get the rat poop off of the lid.
Yep. Cheers, everybody. Today's drink is brought to us by Art. Art,
Share
would you
your
like to
drink,
start?
Art.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So I brought some Suntory. What are these called?
Strong Zeros.
Strong Zeros?
My favorite drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, these are the ones you're talking about?
Yeah.
Imported straight from Japan.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks,
Bra-
Ate.
sponsored by Ate.
Quite literally, actually. Yeah.
So why are these your favorite drinks?
Because they're 9% and they cost like less than $1.
That's nice.
Or like $1
Going
too.
exchange rate. I saw the picture of it. It was like 100, like 50
100
yen or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And that's like
Yeah,
it's
dude.
$1 or less than.
That's crazy.
9%. And it's actual. Don't get the ones here in because they have a stateside ones, but they replace the alcohol in it with like vodka and it doesn't taste
Oh.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
Kinda
I don't like it.
They're like
yeah.
$5 here or something, would you say?
Probably. I don't know. I saw that and I was like, no, I don't know.
That's nuts.
Yeah. One of my other friends tried and they told me they confirmed that it didn't really taste that good. So, yeah.
All right.
It doesn't taste like 9%, huh?
No, well, this one's 6. I got the weaker or the
Oh, yeah,
less-
yeah, still,
the
yeah.
6% apple one. It actually tastes like an apple.
Oh, it tastes pretty good.
Yeah, the fruit flavored drinks in Japan, they taste really good.
It smells like
Yeah.
an apple.
Yeah.
Fuji
Yeah.
All right.
or
Testimonials.
Fiji apple.
Fuji is a film.
All right. Testimonials.
mountain.
And I was like, no. Okay, here we go.
Go ahead.
Eighth take. All right. Testimonials. These come from our community members, taken from either conversations, comments, and or direct messages. AKA
DM.
this testimonial, Art.
This testimonial comes from DM Maximoff. I like this episode, bruh. All types of nostalgia.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Thank
Dan is
you.
a avid listener.
We like to give some throwbacks, you know?
All right, check-ins and recognitions. What's everyone been up to? Shout-outs, upcoming events, projects, etc.
Just recently celebrated a birthday with a coworker. Brienne, shout out Brienne.
Woo woo.
You know Brienne, right? She used to work at the Y with all of us. Yeah, it was cool because we had a little bit of a Y reunion. So
Nice.
people there. It's kind of reminiscent. Speaking of nostalgia,
Reunion.
some funny stories. You know, the things of
Can you share?
Anything
well,
PG rated?
one of those. It's one of those things where you're like, man, I can't believe that's what we used to do back then. Like, you know, the
Oh.
conversations that you would have, and then
Mm.
especially when you're in like you know, like more managerial or supervisional like
Oh.
positions. And you're just like, yeah,
Can't be saying that no
yeah,
more.
can't be talking about that. Are you
Yeah.
sure? I was kidding. But we went to this brewery across from Park and Rec. It's called Kaiora, I think. Kaiora.
Nice, yeah.
Started it off there. Drinks and food. I showed up late, so I just grabbed a drink.
Surprise,
Huge.
surprise.
Yeah, you know. And then we cruised to Red Wing in North Park.
Oh, so you guys moved.
Yeah.
Oh, Red
Okay.
Wing's still there. Okay.
Still there, still doing karaoke,
Oh,
still
wow.
having that back area.
Is that where,
I
where
know
the
that
picture
is.
was?
Yeah, it was in the when you walk through, you watch
Yeah.
the back.
Okay.
There's that little back bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool, man. thanks, Lau, for driving me from one place to the other and then driving me back.
Oh, what? So who showed up?
It was Lyle. Well, obviously, Brianne was there. Nick was there. Jared. And Annette.
Nice.
All the whiteheads.
Okay.
Yeah, it was just cool catching up, seeing what everyone's doing these days. I think Annette has a really cool job. She's like pert.
Oh, nice. So what's PERT for those that do not know? You know what PERT is, Brian?
PERT?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what the acronym stands for, but it's for I think it's like psychological emergency response team.
Yeah.
Right?
I think
Oh,
so.
okay.
I think so.
Okay.
So she cruises and with police officers for any like psychological or mental emergencies.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way
to
they-
kind of de-escalate.
Right.
So that's pretty rad.
So does she go in a like cop car then? Is her and the
I believe
officer?
so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we should get her on the show.
That'd be cool.
Tag her
Yeah.
on this one. Tag her on this clip.
Yeah, clip this and have her like that. Yeah, definitely got to be some good stories out of it.
Yeah.
If you want to hear from PERT, let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some police stories.
Some police stories.
And then other than that, I went to check out a new, I think it's sort of newish Korean place in Claremont with my sister the other day. It's called Yukdaejang.
Why do you have to? Okay.
Well, I don't know. I think that's how you say it.
Man, you have
Yukdaejang.
If you're Korean, please correct his pronunciation
Yeah.
for us.
Yukdaejang. Yeah, there's this dish I've been wanting to try. It's like pork, right? Like slices of pork.
Yeah.
It's called like bosom.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
you just kind of like load it up how you want. Like you kind of like
Oh, like in a
construct
wrap?
like a thing. Yeah.
Oh.
There's all the
Nice.
all the banchan and stuff. That was actually really good. And then we got like some like pasta soup. It was like noodle soup.
I was like pasta soup.
That's what it says on it. It was like
Oh, okay.
pasta.
Oh, it literally says
Yeah,
pasta
it's
soup.
like
Okay.
pasta or something. I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Alright.
They were
So-
just like thicker, like more like udon style, but I don't think it was like actually udon.
Were they flat or?
No, they were kind of round.
Okay.
Oh.
It was just like
Like
they
the
look
thick
like
round
udon.
noodles, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
look like
Okay,
udon noodles,
yeah.
but I don't know if it was.
Udon
like-
noodles
are
are more
they-
like squarish, you know?
Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
squarish.
Yeah.
Are they like
Kinda
kind of
squarish.
fluffy like mochi?
A little bit.
Consistency?
Like it has a little bit of a chew to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I know
maybe
what you're
it
talking about.
were.
Yeah.
And then what else do we get? Yeah, just some like little dumpling things, like pork.
Oh, yeah, that
kimchi,
look good.
pork kimchi in
Yeah.
there.
Where's this
Yeah.
restaurant?
It's actually right next to Curry House. Where we ate
Curry.
Oh, yeah.
at one time.
Zen curry.
Yeah,
Oh, in that plaza. Okay.
yeah. It's like right next to it.
Oh wow.
Like, you know that's right here. The Curry House is on the left, right here. If you're like walking to it, it's like right
Okay.
on the right.
Oh, it's on the
door
right.
right.
It's like in
Yeah.
between that and like
And-
Lolitas, right?
Yeah, and then there's that other place in that's like a teriyaki like
Hawaiian
cafe place or whatever.
Yeah,
they like
right.
serve like all this random like types of food. There's like sushi in there and stuff.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah, but it was just kind of interesting because then like you see like the curry spot, right, and there's like hella Asians, younger folks, and then there's this Korean spot, and then it's like hella Asians, and then the random like teriyaki place. It was like mixed race. And you're just like
Mixed race.
interesting.
Yeah.
There's like more diversity in there.
Yeah.
Okay, like there's a lot more white people in that one.
Is it because things look more safe?
I don't know. Yeah, I think maybe it's just more familiar.
Yeah.
Is it it's like
Right.
one of those restaurants where like it's an Asian restaurant, but they have like all sorts of
all different
That's
types.
probably why.
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
They don't specialize.
yeah.
They have grilled chicken on their menu, right?
I don't know. Curious though. Curious to see.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Yeah.
And then you got Lolitas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Now everyone knows where that is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lolitas.
Lolitas.
Lolitas on Claremont Mesa.
There it
yes. Yes.
They do half orders. That's
Yeah.
what I love about Lolitas. You don't
Yeah.
have to get the full
Shoot.
thing.
A lot of the places are starting to do half orders too,
Yeah.
but
I don't want to pay for the full order anymore.
Well, the half order price is like a full
Yeah,
order.
I know, back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but like it's hard for me to say like what's a good Mexican because they've all changed.
Yeah.
You know, some of them aren't like 24 hours anymore. Some of them like
Yeah.
change their prices. Some of them do like, you know, different things. So like I
Yeah.
have to like
Some of them hired a new cashier.
yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, some of them had like the same cashier for like the last
Yeah.
like 10, 15 years, you know?
That's not authentic.
I feel like I have to do a world tour of all like the Mexican restaurants just to, you know,
We should do like
update it, you know?
a top top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10's a lot, man.
Is it?
There's probably only 10 different places I go to.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Probably.
yeah. Because some of them, I know that some closed or something like that.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hard to say because like you had like your go to and then times have changed. So.
Yeah. I like my 2 a.m.s and then I like my like Lolita's is the consistency and then the quality.
Oh sure, yeah.
Yeah. There's like your regular like restaurant hours, your late night hours,
Yeah.
and then like your vampire hours. There's only like a few of those that are still open.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a
hours.
handful now. Like I said, like a lot of them that used to, like I think like Super Sergio's used to be 24 hours. It's not 24 hours no more.
Oh, what? The one on Claremont?
Yeah.
Yeah. The little like drive-through style one.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
no
that's
a good
longer
one.
24 hours, man.
Dang.
That's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
If you got your favorite Mexican restaurant here in San Diego, let us know.
yeah. Should do a food tour.
Yeah.
That'll be an episode in itself.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Should do that. We should all just get those DJI Osmos
Yeah.
and just film each other.
POV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hell at it.
Yeah, but that was pretty much it. It was pretty low key. I mean, I went paintballing, obviously. If you want to show up this picture. Bing.
Yeah.
Nice.
We were supposed to go all together, but
I know,
that
but
didn't
what
happen.
happened?
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Just gotta call you Art, man. You know?
Yeah, you know what? It's just like the whole like how to
Planning.
tell everybody. Get a guest list.
I told you.
I
I was like,
know,
give me
I
the
know.
information. I'll put
I
it
know,
together.
I know.
I'll coordinate it. You
Jason
just-
makes things happen. Yeah. You just have to get us the in, and then
Yeah, 'cause
Jason
I
can
don't
take
know
it from
any
there.
of the
Yeah,
information.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
That'll
Because-
happen.
I was excited because I was like, oh, cool. It's paintball month. And I
Yeah.
was
Right,
like, nothing yet.
Yeah, the day was getting closer, and I was like, nothing. No one said anything. I don't want to say anything.
You know what? Maybe it's just like the idea of a big group just seems very daunting to me.
Yeah,
Like
you
if you
just
guys just
wanna
want to go,
go on your own.
like, cruise.
No, but the whole point is to go together.
To go with a
man.
bunch. No, I mean,
or like
that's what
people
I
we
mean,
know.
like,
You
go
know,
with- oh yeah.
we don't have to make it like a huge group. We can just make it just us or something, right? And then like
and then we could
go
we
with
could just
randos.
go instead of having like the private group thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go play with some randoms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. We'll get our ass beat, but you know.
50-50.
but we do it together.
Yeah. I actually played in the rain.
What?
'Cause you
Oh,
how
'cause it's
it
been raining
rained,
recently,
It rained.
Yeah.
Dude, oh man, it was
Man.
slippery.
It only rained like for like 2 days this month. huh?
Yeah.
No, but you have to
Or
remember
last
like where he plays at. It's just
Oh, that's right.
It's flat.
it's
Yeah.
flat. So any sort of moisture is gonna turn the like dirt into just mud.
That's probably fun though.
It was
like
fun,
sliding.
dude. Yeah, it was fun. It was like the things you want to do as a kid, and you're just like just trying to slide it, like whoa. Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool experience. It was pretty
That's
cool.
sick.
Yeah.
You should bring like a GoPro, no? Or is that too much?
Some people do.
Oh,
A
really?
lot of people do. It crossed my mind, you know.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, just
something
put like
in
I think
there.
they have like the chest mount ones. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, a lot of people put them on their barrels.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
So you can
pretty
see
cool.
like the shooter's POV.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty cool, especially for like those paintball compilation videos. You know, you see. Yeah, those are
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
That's sick.
Yeah, they have a little bit of that in the ESPN episode that they had a few months ago.
Oh, okay.
Had one episode on the ESPN.
Yeah.
Trying to come back to it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much me. Not too much going on. I've been pretty low key about it. Just a lot of work stuff. But
Mm.
what about you, Brian?
Yeah. Well, speaking of work stuff, it's been a pretty busy first quarter for me. Just a lot of shoots. Was able to get some for fun ones in. Like I did a bunny girl shoot with
you, huh?
no. Isn't he dead?
Yeah.
I was
Oh dang,
with
bro.
his ghost.
What?
Wait, you didn't know?
I did it.
That guy was like that guy. If he was alive, he'd be like really old, man.
What did he die like 10 years ago
Something like
or
that.
more? Somewhere like that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
We can
I
fact
don't follow him.
check this later.
Yeah. I wonder who runs. Like, is the Playboy Mansion still running then?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Oh no, yeah. Because like I remember they appeared at like I think my friend's con. I think like a year or two ago.
Yeah. Oh, they
in
showed up?
Vegas. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, they were scouting. So
Was
yeah.
that like AVN Con? Is that what they call it?
No. It's SumiCon.
Okay, never mind.
SumiCon. It's like like an 18 up con in Vegas.
What are those acronyms? we gotta share these acronyms to the folks that are.
Shoot.
Remember, Justin gave
Yeah,
last,
yeah, I know.
last episode.
Y'all can look at it.
Yeah.
Not at work though.
Yeah, no,
I have to give a shout out to my friend D for she's always like putting together shoots and stuff, like and inviting people to come. So she does like half the work for me, and I just have to show up and shoot. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Cool.
So I got a bunch of pictures from that, and then one of the work stuff that I did, it's UCSD's picture times for the year. Did the dermatology department, and I'll be doing the emergency residency department like at the end of this month or whatever. So a lot of stuff going on.
What do you take pictures at UCSD?
That one was at Actree. It's basically on site. So it's like
On site, baby.
Because for like the on site, like for the dermatology one, like they had like a little conference. So like it's like one of the rare moments that you have like them all together, and you just might as well while they're all there, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like it was like 60 people, and then the different classes, because they have like different years, like first years, second years, third years, fourth years, that sort of thing.
Oh, God.
So it's like the big class picture with like the faculty, then you just have the faculty, then you have like the first years, the second years.
Like hand on shoulders kind of thing? Or
no, it's
white
just
suits or
no, they had
lab coats?
They have their lab coats. Yeah, they all have their lab
nice.
coats and stuff. Yeah, I got a couple pictures of those.
Nice.
Yeah.
Speaking of the faculty, you guys remember that movie?
What movie was that?
Josh Hartnett and
What year did this come out?
Brewster was in there.
When DVDs were still going? Or
Yeah, and what's it, Famke Jenkins or whatever? Famke?
I don't remember that.
It's a good one.
When did this come out?
Probably like 2000.
Oh, okay.
I'm just guessing. It was pretty. It's pretty old.
Faculty.
When there's like aliens that like, it's like almost like a body snatcher type thing. There's the aliens.
I think so. Yeah.
Is it a comedy? Is it a horror? What is it?
It's like a horror,
Like a thriller, maybe?
like a sci-fi horror thriller.
Yeah.
Sci-fi thriller.
Okay, remember that now.
Faculty. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, watch that.
I don't think I was into horror that much back then. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Anyways,
Good movie.
Good movie.
Yeah, just been busy. Like I mean, good kind of busy, can't complain.
At least you have a break today, so
Yeah. It was like the first weekend-ish. Yeah.
that's good.
But yeah. What about you, Jason? What have you been up to?
I know we talked about it on Justin Litford's episode. I've been pronunciating.
Enunciating.
Enunciating. His episode, you guys will see it this Tuesday. I don't even know what the date is this Tuesday. The 11th.
probably. Yeah.
Okay.
It's dropping, but we talked about MLK Breakfast.
Right.
Mm.
I try to go every year. Ever since I got invited the first year, I go every year. I wake up at 4:30 to start my day because breakfast starts around, I want to say, I think they open everything up like at 6:30 for parking and stuff.
6:30.
Okay.
Happy Black History Month.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, it's February.
It's February, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Lunar Year.
So we have breakfast there. It's usually a buffet. You got your eggs, toast, sausage, bacon,
Nice.
all you can eat, all the juices, all that stuff. They had the
Pancakes and fresh toast.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually stacked, and this year they had maybe like 3 to 4 rows of just the buffet.
Dang.
They had a lot of food. Well, they also served around 1,000 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Parking was crazy though. This was by the hotel by Fashion Valley, closer to that golf area, old convention center.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
You know what I'm talking about?
Not too sure.
Wow.
And they had one way to enter, so you had
Oh,
cars
man.
coming from one side, the other car is turning left into the spot, and they're taking turns. And so a lot of people just like, you know
Was
what?
it like a one car thing or
one car entrance.
Oh, it's not two.
Like a T section.
Oh.
And people were coming from both ways trying to
Yeah.
enter. We're taking
It's like,
turns.
man,
And so people were like, I'm just going to park at the Fashion Valley Mall by the
Right.
transit center.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And so we finally got in, got checked in, got into the program of things. Shout out to Jackie Robinson, YMCA. They are the host of MLK Breakfast. And they had the Buffalo Soldiers there from the SD chapter. They're doing the presenting of the presentation of the colors. So they have the flags. They're dressed up in suits. Shout out to Pastor Terry Wayne Brooks. He was the keynote speaker.
Mm-hmm.
And he like, I remember Sunday school, or not Sunday school, like Sunday church. We had a pastor similar to him, and he was going off. Like everyone thought they were in church that morning.
Nice.
And some of my coworkers were like, I go to his Sunday services. It's off the chain. It's crazy. He was cool. He dropped a lot of gems. Also, they had a guy there by the name of Reese Green. he did the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech.
Nice.
Like he was Martin Luther King. Like he was.
Yeah.
I think he's like a paid actor, maybe
Like an impersonator?
impersonator or something like
Yeah.
that. And he did it like that, and I was like, damn, man, that'd be crazy to just experience like if you were there.
Right.
But I think one of our coworkers, shout out to Coretta, I want to say she said her mom was at the speech or something,
Oh,
like
wow.
something like that. She was actually named after Martin Luther King's wife, Coretta.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
So shout out to Armand Harvey. I think Justin talked about him.
Yeah.
He got the MLK Dignity Award, I believe that's what it's called, for helping with the Southeast floods and everything.
Oh, yeah. It's been like a year since then, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And so they have like a whole program. They had awards going out. They had kids who they had like a poem contest, and they usually have like a kid read off their contest. They won like
Their entry, you mean?
or entries, yeah,
They read off the contest.
yeah. And they usually have like kids read off their I think they're elementary kids read off their
Oh,
Nice.
poems and everything. And I'm like, damn. I think there was a sixth or maybe eighth grader. He was reading his poem, and I was like, God, like I never wrote like this. Like he's writing like he's in the college level or something.
right.
But he's going, yeah.
That's cool.
Other than that, I went to jury duty.
Oh shoot, man! I
Always
have
fun.
not gone to a few of those.
Do you just not like show up?
Yeah, dude. I just forget.
Oh,
Like you don't even answer to the
summons?
To the
No, I
summons?
I will I'll get it and then I'll reschedule it, and then I forget.
You hear that?
Usually, usually they send you like a thing, man.
They do. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. And
don't
then you're
know.
like, I don't speak English or what?
No, I just forget to go.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, hopefully there's no warrant for my arrest, but I'm sorry. I'll go to the next one. I swear. Y'all just send it to me.
They do send it to you, and you still don't go.
How about you, Brian? You ever get not picked, but just gone to the building downtown, Superior Court?
I actually rescheduled mine to the one in like Vista.
Vista, yeah,
Oh, okay.
I like doing that one because I don't have to deal with downtown.
exactly. Yeah,
That's right. There's better parking.
There's like it's literally free parking.
I
Yeah.
didn't know you can request there if you live in.
Oh
No,
yeah,
Oh,
man.
it's not too far.
No, like on the thing, like when you reschedule, you can pick which one you want to. So that's what I end
got
up
it.
doing.
Yeah.
And then like that's like it works as like a delay thing for me. Like I was actually chosen to go, I think around November,
Yeah.
but when I rescheduled it, like the date was supposed to be like Thanksgiving week,
Okay.
and then it was like the thing where
You don't want to spend Thanksgiving there at the.
exactly. It was supposed to be like that Friday or whatever,
Yeah.
but like it was supposed to be, what was it?
Black Friday.
Yeah.
No.
Postpone it again.
No, but like it kept getting like it was one of those things where like, oh, you have to call every day to see if they
yeah.
can
Oh,
call
that
in.
sucks,
Yeah, yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I no, but like you just call this number after 5 p.m. and then it just
Yeah.
says like, oh, if you're within this range and this range, keep calling or whatever, and that's all I have to do, right? And then eventually it's like, yeah, you don't need to be needed because it was like Thanksgiving week or
So
whatever.
maybe that's what's
Yeah.
happening to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just
Oh, what?
rolling the dice, and then it's like, yeah.
you didn't get chosen or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they don't do anything if you don't show up. Usually they'll say
They're
something on the
supposed to.
card, right? They'll say this
On the
is
card it
a
says
fine
stuff.
or something like
It's
that.
not really a fine. It's like
Just,
I think it's like a vague threat so that you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's any hard consequences for not showing up. It's like it works kind of like almost like an honor system. I want to
Yeah.
say. Like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like,
I feel like that's
Yeah.
what it is.
yeah. Because it's like one of those things. Is like the way I think about it is like I'd rather have people that are regular people as a jury rather than like
Yeah.
like cops or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like someone biased.
Yeah.
So, not saying that I would be on like trial, but if I was ever on trial,
Would you want to get picked though? Just the experience, or would you be like,
I
that's
mean,
wasting my time?
Like I'm like 50-50 because like I got
Yeah.
pretty close once where I got up to I don't know how far you've made it in your like selection process.
Trial.
Oh, you've
Oh,
got
you
you've gotten a
got
trial.
it?
That's why we're gonna talk about this. Yeah,
okay. Yeah, I got up to the part where it's like you're in the courtroom,
Yeah.
and then like the not the jury, the
lawyers
lawyers
and
are
stuff?
picking,
Yes.
they're picking
Yeah.
or whatever.
yeah,
I've
that's
gotten
a
there.
crazy process.
yeah.
Shoot, man.
I-
I showed my bias side. So actually, it was just,
Yeah, I can talk about because it was like
I didn't.
it's like a while ago, but the closest one I got was like maybe like a year or two ago, and they were
Yeah.
choosing or whatever. And the case was, I think it was like this pedestrian was suing this driver because the driver like hit them or something like that while they were walking.
Oh,
you know,
shoot.
they hit them,
Oh, okay.
and it was like it was a small like thing, but it was like okay, I get it. Like I'm already on the passenger side.
According to the lawyers,
Yeah,
who is at fault? Or I mean, like, because they're trying to spin that story, right?
yeah. It was
Like, how do you defend it if it's
well, because like the pedestrian was suing because like they had complications after that happened.
Yeah.
And so they were suing them because of like all these things were happening and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then of course, like, the driver's going to try and defend themselves. It's like, well, yeah, that you had those beforehand, So that was kind of like those sorts of things, right?
Dang, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's how they okay.
Yeah. So it was like, I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, if I get chosen, I don't know, I'm going to choose. But,
Yeah.
I was kind of going towards like pedestrian just because like I know can happen after.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I get it, but like, I didn't get chosen because like they filled up the 12 and they're like, oh, yeah, the rest of you can go. I was like, okay, cool. All right.
Cool.
Was
you
it
ever
a
get that paycheck afterwards?
Oh.
Huh?
I got like a paycheck after I went one time.
Wait, did you get selected?
No, well, I mean, I got through the or the choosing process, but
Right.
then I got to leave after
Oh
that.
wow,
but
you
then I
went
got
that far
paid.
then.
Huh?
You went that far then.
No, well, I mean, they were
How much?
just
Wait, how
selecting
much?
the-
How much did you get
I
paid?
don't know. It was like $200 or something.
Wait,
like
what?
$200.
$200?
No,
no way.
This cap.
$100.
No, you're making up.
No,
What?
for real.
No way.
Wait, so you
dude.
actually stood there for a trial?
No, I didn't. Like I showed up, and then the lawyers were there, and they were
Yeah.
trying to select people,
And then you got cut off.
and then I got
right?
cut off.
Yeah,
You
because
got
they got
then
their
I got a
12.
paycheck. I got a paycheck, or I got a check. Yeah, I was like, oh, cool.
Are you sure you're not just confusing it with a regular check?
No. It was like something about jury service or whatever, but I think it's it
no
was
way
different.
it's
I think it
200
was.
bucks.
Brian's like, "Where's my 200?"
I know.
I don't know if they still do that, but I think maybe because it
Probably
was like
not.
a federal.
Oh,
I got
okay.
called for a federal one
Yeah, okay, that
because
makes
it was
more
like dealing
sense.
about like deportation and stuff.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Okay.
Dang.
yeah, maybe it was a higher because mine was just like that's literally like people's like
Yeah.
civil
Yeah,
case, like a
yeah,
civil
yeah.
case.
And yours was in Vista, or yours was
It's in
down-
Vista
Oh.
because
I think that's
I
what-
never
that's-
go to the one in downtown.
That's what it was too. I think
Yeah.
the federal ones only happen downtown because I
Yeah.
tried to change it and they're like, "Oh no, you can't because these only happen here."
So you were
Somehow.
downtown.
Yeah, so I was downtown.
That's probably why.
So this was how many years ago?
Ah, shoot, man, that was probably like 7 years ago.
Oh, okay. So can you describe the waiting room? Because I wonder if it's the same
man,
setup.
7 years ago. All right, let me go deep back.
He's got
into my
like,
memory.
his mind palace.
let me hold on to the chair.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know.
I can't even remember.
Was it a big room?
I think so.
Like a
They're all
it felt
big
like
rooms.
it felt like a DMV.
No, yeah, I want to say like I don't know. You go through the metal detectors,
Yeah.
hang a left,
Yep.
and then you go, and then there's like snack bar on the right.
You gotta remember that.
I think right. I was like, probably won't be there.
Okay.
All right, there's like
And then
little
the
snack
elevators straight ahead.
I think
There's like
so.
2 rows of elevators per tower.
thing. I don't even remember the tower part. I don't even remember riding an elevator. That was 7 years ago, man.
Yeah. Well, I think from my experience, we're in the waiting room, right?
Uh-huh.
And it feels like this fancy big DMV waiting room.
Yeah,
And they play this video like, "Welcome to jury duty." You
over
know?
and over and
Thank
over.
you for your
Yeah.
services. Right?
Like you're in the line for Disneyland.
Yeah, basically. And then after the video, like this lady gets up and she's like, thank you.
Welcome,
Welcome. I just want to let you know this is what we're going to do. If you have your summons, please put your phone number and then pass your summons all the way down to the right and we'll
Yeah.
collect them.
Yeah.
If you're looking for not reimbursement, bus passes
Yeah.
and transportation,
Right.
everyone line up here. If you're looking for like any North County transportation, line up on this side, right? And then so they say, just wait till your name gets called. And so I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to be here for a while. I'm just reading my book.
Right.
Dare to
Yeah.
Lead by Brene Brown again.
There you go.
And then I was like, I think the first case they were calling folks, and I was like, all right, cool. I didn't get my name called. All right,
Nice.
just waiting for the next announcement. And so the next announcement, they're naming.
It's like the opposite of bingo, you know, like, or like a raffle.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of a raffle.
Yeah. Opposite of a raffle. I was like, bingo. Like, what part of this is bingo?
bingo. But the next one, they started calling like so our group was a group of 75. Was that your case, Brian?
Mm-mm.
It was a little bit smaller.
It's smaller.
Yeah.
Like my group was like
40.
maybe like 20, 24 people or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so they
I
called,
didn't get paid for that one. Sorry, go ahead.
so they called 75 folks up, and then I got selected, and so we went upstairs basically, and we're just waiting in this big hallway. And so the bailiff comes in and starts calling us in by, I guess it was like last name or something.
Yeah.
And then we're lining up the chairs, like it was like 1 through whatever, let's say 75, right? We filled that whole thing up. And I was actually in the box already. So, because I was juror number 4, I can share that now, right?
Because were you chosen?
Because I was chosen, right?
Oh, so you went straight in.
I went straight, so I was number 4 when they called me. I went straight into the jury box. And so, like Brian said, they, so this was a robbery charge.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was a robbery charge. They shared what was going on. Like, I think it was, no. I don't know if they shared too much, but they shared like a little brief description, right?
Right.
Okay.
And then we all got interviewed in a group setting. There was like 9 questions. The last question, or the first 2 are, your name, what do you do?
Yep.
Last question was, will you be biased or impartial or whatever the case is?
Yeah.
And so basically the judge did a group interview, and we went down juror to juror.
Yeah, like everyone says their answer.
Yeah. I think that's a tricky part, because people were sharing their answers, and in there it was like, were you a witness to a crime? Do you have any history with blah blah blah? And people were like diving deep in. Some of them passed, and some of them was like, I got robbed, and they started crying. Like, I was like, this is
That's what they're looking
crazy.
for.
Yeah.
They're trying not to get selected.
Well, like, because then you would have maybe a possible bias,
Right.
bias into the case, right?
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there, and so I'm like, "Good morning, Judge." Like juror number 4, right? I go, "Good morning, Judge. My name is Jason. I'm a program director for a nonprofit."
Yeah.
I say nonprofit, right? Because I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I was going to question number 3, and I was like ready to say my answer, and they're like, "Oh, which nonprofit?" And I was like,
Okay.
"The YMCA." And then you see the lawyers like write their notes and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm like, I was like this the whole time. After I said that, I was so tense because like I had this feeling in my body. I'm like, that was like the what do you call it, nail in the coffin, because I was like, right when I said that, I had a feeling like I was gonna get picked.
Yeah.
Okay. You're trying not to get picked.
I just wanted to see what the process was like, because I've never got to that part where I got
Okay.
selected to be in this room.
Oh wait, okay. And then after that, you're like, I'm out.
Yeah. Well, because I was already in the juror box too, and so I was getting the full experience, right?
Wow.
And so after I said that, I was like real tense. Like I was just kind of like, I was like, damn, why can't I move a little bit, right? And so I was answering all the questions. There was no follow-up questions with me besides that one. Usually they go through everyone, and then she has some, like, there's a conversation.
Yeah.
And so after me, she went, all right, juror number 5. I was like,
That means that's all they needed to know.
yeah.
He's in.
And so they're going down. They're going down each juror, and in my head, I'm like trying to dissect the team too, to be like, all right, they're probably not going to be picked, because one person was like, I think he was in his late 70s, early 80s, and the question was, are you going to be biased or impartial or whatever? And he goes, I think I may not be. And we were like, dude, you're like number 60 something. You know the drill.
Yeah.
And you're holding up the line. Then the judge goes, you think or you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, I might be, I might not be. Right?
Yeah.
And then so the judge is like, all right, let me give you a situation. And it was cool.
Yeah,
I didn't know the
yeah.
judge was going to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me give you a situation. If there was a pilot and you were on that flight and they were descending to land the flight and they said, good afternoon, I am thinking about maybe landing this flight safely. Would you be on that plane? You know what this dude said?
Huh.
My dad was a pilot. I was like, are you just answer it, dude? And so she went back to the question, and then he goes, I don't think I will be. I was like, that's all you have to say. Moving along, right?
Yeah.
After that,
a
you know,
nightmare.
after all the like,
I gotta remember that for when I get back.
I know.
fast forward, now the lawyers and the judge, they go into the back room. They're speaking of something. They come back. I think they're with the dude that types up the, what do you call it? Stenographer?
Oh yeah,
Those-
stenographer. Yeah.
I was about to be like the scribe.
The scribe.
Yeah, or maybe they call it scribe.
Nah, stenographer.
Stenographer.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
They come back into the room, and now it's how, like, my perception
Like
of this.
shorthand keyboards are. You know, there's only like 5 keys on their little thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, it's not a full keyboard. Like they have their own shorthand. You have to, when you become a stenographer, you have to learn like a shorthand.
That's crazy.
That's how they're able to like transcribe what everyone's saying because like
Yeah.
there's stuff going back and forth, right?
It's crazy too because I think they're using AI as well, and it had
Wow.
everything was transcribing into
Real words, yeah.
real words,
Yeah.
and the lawyers got to see it like live.
Oh, that's
To see if
crazy.
they
Oh,
were typing up
technology,
like the
man.
right stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so they came back, and I felt like it was like the NBA draft, like it was draft day, because what
Dun,
happened,
dun, dun, dun.
and like the first pick of the 2025 trial draft.
Yeah.
And so they start lining up folks. Like they go juror number 1.
Yeah.
The lawyers will go dismissed,
Yeah.
or the judge will be like, the people approve,
Yeah.
and then they go defendant, or I don't know what the plaintiff,
Yeah,
whatever,
plaintiff, yeah.
plaintiff, and then they'll go approve or dismissed. And so basically, we were playing musical chairs, and I was number 4.
Yeah.
And so when it got to me, people approved, plaintiff approved.
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
Went to number 5. I was like, damn, who else is gonna get picked now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my theory was right. Who else got picked? One of our community partners, South Bay Community Services.
Oh, they were.
They
There?
got picked, and then probation got picked too.
Oh, wow.
And we were talking
Okay.
after. We were like, man, like I think we got picked for a reason. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
because we also would be fair in this case.
Right,
We
right.
would explore like all the things.
Because you've seen both sides of
Yeah.
things. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's what they needed because they can't have any biases like in this case.
Like that
Yeah.
6-year-old guy who does
Yeah, that doesn't know.
Freaking
might be.
I might be.
pilot for a father.
Yeah, good thing this wasn't like an airlines case with Robert
Oh,
in
yeah.
there because then he
No, they would have dismissed it.
yeah he would have dismissed them. But fast forward, a lot of folks got dismissed for I think if this was like a barrier to like obtain income or like if there's a barrier like hardships on income,
Right.
Yeah.
they got dismissed.
Right.
Trauma, they got dismissed. A lot of folks that said they were biased or they can't be a part of this, they got dismissed.
Yeah.
And so it came down to 12 and then
So
2
keep that in mind if you want to
alternates.
get dismissed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was 12 and then 2 alternates. And then, so the case was basically the defendant was charged for robbery. Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so after that day, we get dismissed. We had a dark Friday is what they called it. So we had that time off and, and we
okay.
came back into the courtroom the following week, which was Monday
How long did this go for?
up to Wednesday. We thought it was going to go into
It's like
Thursday.
a week and a half.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Monday, it's the whole case.
Right.
The people, they share their evidence. The defendant, they share theirs. Basically, it was a robbery charge.
Oh.
Yeah.
2 folks. So day 1, so it happened between 2 days. First day, it was between let's just say Art and Brian.
Okay.
That way, the people like they're
Oh,
get
to keep
confused.
track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
keep
yeah.
track.
Okay. Yeah. So
So let's say
who's who?
Um,
Who's who? Like, what?
let me just paint the story. So
All right, all right.
Art is at a grocery store.
Okay.
Purchasing some things, sees Brian in the store. You guys are laughing, clowning each other. Like there's some rapport there, right?
Right.
Art says, "All right, later." Pays for his things and heads out the grocery store. Crosses the street. Brian comes back and goes, "Hey, I need what you took from me. I need my stuff back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Art's like, now Brian's across the street. Art's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right? And so they get into a heated discussion. Art flags down an officer, right?
Right.
Art's girlfriend shows up on scene,
Oh.
right? Girlfriend's just hanging out in the distance. Officer. So basically, Brian goes, Art stole $50 from me.
Oh.
Right. Art consents to a search. The first officer was female. So Art goes, I need a male to search me. I feel comfortable with a male.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And so Art gets searched, your hair, everything. $50 not there.
Okay.
They go on about their day.
Okay.
Day 2.
Orders. Okay.
Day 2, same grocery store, I believe. Brian is in the parking lot talking to some random person. Your back is against the street. You're facing the grocery store.
Okay.
Art comes by with a bag of his liquor and cell phone in the same bag, and he's on his scooter. Let's say his scooter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're pedaling right behind Brian.
Mm-hmm.
You're pedaling right behind Brian because you're gonna meet up with a couple of your friends.
Across the way. Yeah.
Well, in the same parking lot,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
underneath the tree because you guys can go drink for the day.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Damn, what spot is this? It is good.
Anyway.
So Art is pedaling right behind Brian. Brian catches Art on the corner of his eyes.
Hey, I need my $50.
Yeah.
And
Is it?
so Brian catches Art. Brian pulls Art off the bike
Oh.
by his hair
Oh,
Oh.
shoot.
to the ground.
the guy
Yeah.
really had long hair too.
Well, there were 2 women.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to share the story.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So pulls the hair.
What are the odds?
You're trying to get back up. Brian takes the bag, right?
Yeah.
Takes, like, you guys exchange a few words.
Yeah.
Brian takes the bag and your phone
Yeah.
off your bike handle, goes across the street now, and puts it in under your seat of your car and locks your car. So you lock your car, Brian,
What the heck?
and then you go maybe a couple feet away and you just post up. Like, post up in the corner.
What the heck?
And you just watch Art, and now Art is like frantic, and then
Like, what the heck?
yeah, and then so your girlfriend calls the cops, right? Because your phone is
Yeah.
not
It's
with
like-
you,
Yeah.
and then the cops come, cops flag you, or you flag the cops,
Yeah.
and now this is like the second incident.
Yeah.
Same cop who showed up at the first
Oh.
was on scene,
Okay.
and so you're saying like he took my phone, and you're going back and forth.
Yeah.
Now we have witnesses. The witnesses are like, this is what happened, but those are Art's friends. They're
Yeah.
going to say whatever they want.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right? And then so now, fast forward to the jury box, we got to determine if this was a robbery in place.
From what I did.
Yeah, from what you did.
Okay. If that's a
Yeah.
robbery.
Yeah,
Okay.
if this is a robbery. Let's say like that was the case, this was a situation. Now
Right.
it's deliberation.
Right.
We're behind the scenes. We're in this back room deliberating. There's 12 of us.
12 jurors.
And then so everyone's like, who wants to be the foreman? Right?
Foreman.
Foreman, so they're in
Yeah,
charge
the
of
person
writing,
of-
yeah,
yeah.
like the verdict and all that
Right.
stuff, giving it to the plaintiff, all that stuff, right?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, and then so this lady, she volunteers herself, like, I'll be the foreman. And right away I was like, this is sus. Like, not enough time to like have people think or wait.
No, just
She-
instantly.
instantly.
Yeah.
And I was like that was just like my like
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
like
That's your bias.
my feeling. I was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I was trying to analyze everything as everything was going down
Yeah.
because I was like, this is gonna be a process. People are already warning me that people like some folks are like,
Yeah.
some people are man. You know, I was just
Yeah.
like, and I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, you'll see when you get in there, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And so there was 2 possible charges. So possible charge of robbery or for the lesser degree, which is theft.
Okay.
Oh.
And so
yeah. I can see.
we as a team have to come to a consensus of if they're going to be not guilty to one or the
Mhm.
other or even both.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
So
Huh.
we're going back and forth
Right.
because I personally you know what I picked?
Robbery.
Theft?
I picked robbery.
Okay, you picked robbery? Okay.
And so
Wait, what defines theft and robbery then, I guess?
exactly.
Right?
And
Yeah.
so the judge gives the definition. The judge is like, first day, the judge is like, these are my laws. Don't get these confused with your laws or your understanding of these
Right.
definitions.
Yeah.
Because the definitions of the world does not correlate to the ones of the law that are in
Right.
this court. And so we have like this 12-page paper that breaks down all the definitions. And a definition of robbery was an intent to take property off of a person for even a small amount of time.
Okay.
But the difference between theft and robbery, the part that stood out was if there was fear or force that came into play.
Fear or force.
So robbery is with fear or force.
And theft
is the lesser. So still taking
something, but no
depriving them
fear.
of the time.
Okay.
The intent too.
Oh,
so
intent is on theft?
for both.
Oh, for both. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
We got stuck on these definitions.
right, yeah, because you
'Cause-
gotta agree. 12 people gotta agree.
Yes, 12 people gotta
That's
agree.
a lot of people that gotta agree.
Yeah. And so we got stuck on intent
Yeah.
and what theft and robbery meant.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Like, because you gotta be all on the same page.
Yeah.
You gotta be unified.
Yep.
Right.
And then so in this case,
That's intense, man.
so if you know this definition, like let's say you're juror number 5 and 6. You're juror number 5 or 6.
Oh man.
What?
That does fall
This-
under
it-
robbery.
Let's backtrack.
Right.
One of the witnesses said, I'm going to take everything you have. So Brian says to Art, I'm going to take everything you have until I get my stuff back.
Right.
Let's add that to the scuffle.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you're a juror.
Okay.
You're trying to decide. What are you leaning towards when you're thinking about this stuff and the story that I just shared with you?
Robbery.
So you're thinking robbery because why?
Because it's like more threatening.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like theft is more like you just kind of like randomly like jack somebody.
Yeah.
Right. But then there was like a lot of like, it was basically like if you think of like armed robbery,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
But without being armed.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that's what it was. to me, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
There was
So it's still robbery.
There was
Yeah.
an element
Just
of
armed.
force.
Yeah.
There was like some threats probably
Yeah.
made.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
whole like posting up smugly. Like they knew what they were
Yeah.
doing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Like my thing was they stood there because also this person, Brian, was more built and taller.
Okay.
Let's put that in the picture because that's what the person was compared to,
Yeah.
The other person, the victim,
Yeah.
I guess in this case, or supposed
Intimidation.
victim. I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
But that's not why I paired you guys to the story.
Yeah. Dang.
No, but that's what it was, right?
Right.
And so there was moments in this courtroom, and it's so funny because I'm like, dude, Brene Brown showed up because the foreman was supposed to be this person. I don't know if the role was facilitate the flow of things,
Yeah.
but that's in my eyes. I'm like, that's what the foreman
Yeah,
should be,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's why you volunteered because
Right.
you have like some kind of leadership experience that's
Yeah.
gonna show in this deliberation.
Yeah.
And so I pointed out, I said, I think if we can break it down to analogies, I think theft is you're going to this grocery store, you're stealing a piece of candy, and then you leave. I say that's theft. That's
Right.
That's petty theft.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
If you are at gunpoint, and it could be even a bag. It could be a bag over my hand, pretending it's a gun, or there
Right.
might be a gun, right? And you're saying, "Give me all your money. Give me all the money in your register."
Yeah.
That's force or fear that I'm inflicting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I would say that's robbery, and I said that's in my definition, and in the judge's definition, I think this is what it looks like,
Mhm.
right? And so people are like really starting to think and all this stuff too,
Right.
and also I want to say even South Bay, we're on the same page,
Yeah.
like we're on the same page, and we're like facilitating the conversation. It shows that like in social services, we started showing up a little bit
Yeah.
more. We weren't trying to we weren't trying to be overbearing, but like a lot of the skills, it showed up facilitating that thing because
Right.
this whole time the foreman found a friend in this deliberation and kept doing this, waiting for them to answer.
Wait. What?
Like they became friends, and like anytime like we had something to say or say something to foreman,
Oh, so it's like
they would
factions
kinda-
forming.
they would kind of turn. This person would turn to their friend for an
Yeah.
answer, like back me
Huh.
up or something,
Yeah.
you know. And so there was two
Ah.
people that were kind of siloed,
Right. Right.
and everyone else going back and forth in conversation. And we're like, let's feel the temperature in the room. I just want to see where everyone's at.
Right.
I said, I'm a visual learner. Can we do a tally on the board just to see where everyone's at?
Yeah.
So,
You became the foreman.
I felt like we shared the load.
Oh, it's you. Yeah, you.
Especially
you guys,
probation stood up. This lady who was a distributor for Costco, like she gets to pick all the snacks that comes into the San Diego County district.
Oh,
yeah.
You put in a good word.
I mean,
What do we need?
she's off Moreno Boulevard, so I know where
all right,
she's
at.
at.
Okay.
And then South Bay Community Services, right? And so
Okay.
we're going down this list, and the foreman goes straight to the person in front of
Right.
her. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, all right, what's your verdict, right? And so a lady was like, theft. Because a lot of folks, too, they were like asking, even before we were getting to deliberation, what is going to happen to them if we pick, like,
Yeah.
and so a lot of that played into the deliberation because there was this like maybe sense of guilt.
Yeah.
And then like
they see themselves in that. Like I would have done the same thing.
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Like if we choose robbery, what is the outcome going to be? Like that was a lot in their head. So
that's a bias.
yeah. And so lady goes theft, and it goes theft. I was like, oh dang, is everyone going to pick theft? Because in the beginning they said you got to stick to what you feel like, and then we can deliberate, right?
Oh yeah. So
And
you
then-
took the tallies. Right?
Yeah, so they took the tally, and then it came to me,
Right.
and I said robbery. I was the first robbery on there.
Oh. Okay.
And then it was robbery.
oh.
And so we looked at the tallies. It was split.
Like even?
I would say even at this point.
Yeah.
Robbery and theft,
Oh wow. Okay.
right?
So 6-6 kind of thing.
Yeah. And so then the foreman's like, ooh, I don't know, because my definition, she just kept going back to definition and all this stuff. Like and I said, we can't have our own biases in this, because the foreman was also like, I got my stuff stolen, and I was like, or my kid's stuff stolen, and it was somewhere where I can see the person.
Right.
So I don't feel like that's theft and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Right? And I said, and she's like, maybe it's because I have a different definition of theft. And I was like, the is theft then?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. The guy next to her friend that she's been going back and forth with, he picks. So he was like, when we started this process, this is fast forwarding to like towards the tail end deliberation, right? He was like, when I was going through this process, I was like leaning to one side or the other, or I was kind of like, it's just juggling
50-50?
two options, and now I'm leaning towards theft. And then I go, because we're going, like I said, the first day we're going back and forth with definitions. It was so frustrating.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just even having these conversations, and then so the dude was like, I picked theft. I was like, okay, cool. It's maybe one more vote on theft, and then you have robbery. But also that means
7-5. Yeah.
that means we're not even close to deliberating to, because we all have to agree on
Yeah. It's
one.
unanimous. It's got to be unanimous.
Yeah. And so I was like, damn, man, this is like, if we're only here, this is going to be even longer. And that was like the first day, right? And so we look to the foreman and we go, because the foreman, like, there was a point where the foreman really pissed me off was when, and I don't get frustrated, like,
Sure.
To a point where I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You get a point in the deliberation where if you have a question, you can ask the judge, you can ask the team,
Oh.
hey, we have a question we want to clarify.
Like you're not just there cloistered separate from the world. You can go out. And reach
you can
out.
ask
Okay.
all these questions, get clarifications.
Yeah.
And she's the foreman, and she has the power to write all these things down. And at any time people had questions, she wasn't writing things down. And so that's what I started noticing.
Mm.
And I was like, are you going to write it down? And she did one of these. Oh, no need. I was like, like red flag number 2.
Yeah.
Was she,
I don't want to
Okay.
I don't
We'll leave it to our listeners to
Yeah.
decide.
leave it to the listeners. So she kind of,
But she was.
she dismissed me though.
Okay.
We'll talk afterwards. she dismissed me though, and that's when I was like, strike number 2. And then the lady caught her too, and she's like, no, these are questions that we want to ask as a group for clarification, right? And I said, yeah, we need to write this down. I went and I said, yeah, we need to write this down because these are the questions that we all have.
She goes, relax.
And,
relax.
No, and then she goes, okay. What was the first question? We're on question 3 already.
Yeah.
We're on question 3 already. And then so when she said that, I took my notebook out and I said, "What's the question again?" And I was writing it down,
you're right.
and she was trying to write it down with me,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm like, if I don't write it down,
She's
not going to push it through.
Yeah.
And so now, fast forward, we get to her deliberation:
Right.
robbery or theft.
What she said.
What did she pick? What do you think? Like, just all of this stuck with definitions. Her own definition is different.
I'm gonna say theft.
Okay.
Robbery?
Those are the options. Yeah.
She goes, not guilty.
Not guilty.
Oh, what the?
Oh, shoot.
And I
What the
I went like this. She's so
No shot.
so
dude.
so let's say I'm here, like it's a square table.
Right.
I'm here. She's only 2 away from me.
Yeah.
I'm like this.
You turn towards her.
I was like this. Like you could like if you saw my body language, I was
You're done.
like,
You're done.
dude,
Yeah.
why are you the foreman?
Yeah.
Why are you the foreman? You decided right away because also I think you want to be a person in power,
Right.
right? And you want to kind of lead where this goes. But there's
Right.
a side of you. Shout out to South Bay Community Services because
They had your bag. Eh?
no, she had my back, but she was also able to have like this conversation on this side, and I was
Right.
like,
Because you're far away, right?
yeah, and it couldn't just fall on me because then it would be like, why is he, you know,
like
it was-
picking on you.
Yeah, it was everyone, and she goes, and I love how she did it because she was like this.
And well, yeah, she had prayer hands for those who can't see Jason.
Yeah, but she had prayer hands because she was frustrated too. Like
Yeah.
when she said not guilty, we both looked at each other and she rolled her eyes. She was like, she did one of these too, like
like
a
the
side
head tilt.
tilt to the,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
let
You're
me-
like, really? Yeah.
let me catch myself.
Yeah.
And she said, okay, now are we going off empathy and sympathy for this case? Like this is why it's kind of like leading, this way.
Right.
Her friend took
The friend that she made, right?
the friend that she made on
Yeah.
her left side took a step back and was like, he turned his head and looked at her, and he was like, in order for there to be not guilty, you have to give a reason. So now what is your reason? And we were like, wow, because this
Let's
whole
go.
time, yeah,
Because he was backing her up, right?
Go. And so this whole time she kept going back. Well, I just think like if she took something and I see it, I don't think that's theft because maybe it might be a joke. I'm like, it wouldn't be a joke, right? And I was like her train of thought. I was like, the whole time I was going back to how are you in here? And the one thing that really disturbed me was she answered the same questions we all did in the interview, and it was, will you be biased to this?
Yeah.
You did not share your personal experience
Yeah.
that your son's stuff got stolen in a case
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
robbery.
Yeah.
And now we're here.
Yep.
We're here waiting. Like, we thought we could go back and forth with theft and robbery,
Yeah.
right? And now we're stuck with a not guilty.
Yeah.
And so
Oh,
it came back to her, and she was like, well, maybe if they can read us the case, because the stenographer can go into the deliberation room and read off everything he wrote, but he can't do a snippet. He
Yeah.
would have to do the whole case,
thing.
and that's about
Oh,
2 hours.
jeez.
Holy
And so
crap,
she was
man.
like everyone's like, would that help? Like blah blah blah. And she was like, yeah, I think we should get him in here.
This
We go to recess. It was a good time to go to recess. We go to
Right.
lunch.
Yeah.
We can't talk about it, but we're just like looking at each other.
You
like,
know.
yeah.
You
yeah,
know,
we
right?
know. Like if looks could kill,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like we know. And so we head
Seriously.
back into the room after recess. And so the lady from Costco, I love like just the connection we made after
Yeah.
all of this.
Yeah.
She goes, okay, before we request for the stenographer to come in, will this at any chance change your mind? Because we're not going to waste 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
If
that's
we
smart.
can-
That's smart.
If we can deliberate now and move forward, I don't want to waste their time because this is everyone's time. Like
yeah.
we were at Wednesday because I think at Tuesday we were like, all right, this is going to be a short case.
Yeah.
Open it.
We were leaning towards a possible Thursday extension just off deliberation.
Right.
We've already been deliberating for days.
So
How many days now? Like
and
3
that
days?
was and that was based off the first. I feel like the first day is breaking down the definitions.
definitions.
What
Second
does
day.
what does intention
Yeah.
mean? Like all of that, and then now we got to the part where it's theft, robbery,
Right.
right?
Was it the third day where she said this, or what?
I think it was the second or third day.
Yeah, second or third day where she's like,
Yeah.
not guilty.
Yeah, she said not guilty, and we were just like, "Are you kidding me? Dude? Like everyone just like
That's not-
I've never seen a whole room just like what. It was
Like
crazy.
unanimously.
Yeah, like unanimously, like side eyes, like
Yeah.
and she was going back and forth. She had her head in her arms on the table, and I'm like, dude, you're just
What?
falling apart,
Yeah.
right? And so, there was a lot of moments where I'm like, so I really had to like think about like the why and Brene Brown, because everything I've been reading in that book, it just showed up with the conferences and all this stuff, and then I paused. I'm like, okay. What would I do if this was like my staff or maybe even in leadership?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So I called myself after being pissed off. And
Yeah.
I said,
I would be pissed off
Yeah.
too. Like, come on, man. I just want to go home.
I just want to go home.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did you choose to be this foreman? You're
Yeah.
breaking down like you have no reason that your friend called you out. You had no reason at all besides your
Personal
definition
bias.
Yes,
Yeah.
your definition is different from the judge's, which
Yeah.
the judge said their law
Yeah.
Yeah.
is the law,
Yeah.
not outside law.
Yeah.
Right. And so, or outside definition as well.
Yeah.
And so I said, okay. And I said, I appreciate everyone. Like it was like at that point where I was like, I appreciate everyone's like I know this was a hard process. We're going through this thing, but obviously the room is split.
Okay.
And I felt like this is what I was like speaking like not just this room, this country is split. Like that was the feeling like how I was like having this
My
conversation.
fellow Americans.
Yeah, right. And I was like, the room is split. But I said, but can we all agree that we all agree of the lesser of the crime, which is petty theft at the least.
Right.
Everyone
Yeah.
raised their hand. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I said, and I know we're at the middle, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. It's going to be difficult to have a whole half sway to one or the other.
Mm-hmm.
So can we agree to, first thing, we're not responsible for what the judge is going to do afterwards, the sentencing.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that this would be the judge would be a fair judge, but our job is to hold the folks accountable if
Yeah.
there is some kind of crime. That's
Right.
what we can do at the least.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to charge her for petty theft at the least.
Yeah.
And that's when we shifted the room from robbery to petty theft.
Right.
Right. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Right. And then we go back to her. She was still like,
Not guilty. Was she still?
she was
holding
still not guilty.
them? Are you serious?
And so we're going back and forth because her friend was like really like, I got to get out here too. People were talking about like my kids have soccer practice,
Yeah,
and, like
yeah.
all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so she could feel the weight of the room.
Right.
And a lot of folks were like, hey, we're not going to judge you. Like, this is hard too, but we got to know why if you're going to stick to.
Yeah.
And so I jump in, I'm like, and it's okay because, and I shout out to the dude. I said, I love that you went from one thing and then you went through this whole process and you changed your answer and you came to a conclusion. And I love that because this is not easy. And we
Right.
all have our own like smaller biases on the side and definitions.
Yeah.
And so we took like so much time, and she goes under her breath, "I'll go theft." And we were like, "Oh, right." The lady from Costco was like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And I was like, "Don't nudge her.
No,
Don't say it." And
Well,
she-
you do have to know if she's sure.
Yeah.
Or not. Like, yeah, it can't be just like bullying. You
But
know?
I think she felt all of that too.
Yeah.
And she had no reason. She could not say a thing. But
Yeah.
besides her definition,
Oh.
we came to a verdict of theft, right? And so we said, write it down. We were already like,
done.
write it
We're
down.
done. We're
She was
done.
in there writing it down. They called the lawyers up. They called the defendant up too. And then they called back the jury. And then so the foreman gives the verdict. It's in a folder, manila folder, to the bailiff.
Right.
Bailiff gives it to the judge. The judge reads it, gives it to the who's the other person? The account clerk,
Sure.
the jury clerk,
Okay.
and she's the one that reads the verdict.
Okay.
She opens the folder. On the count of robbery, the jurors find the defendant not guilty, and you see the defendant like, oh my goodness,
Yeah.
prayer hands in the air,
Yeah.
like her hands are on her
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
She's like crying, and then she's like prayer hands to us. She's like,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
And then even like the lawyers are like the other lawyers was like
Yeah.
commending us, right? Then they go on the charge of theft. We find the defendant guilty, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And so
Okay.
that's the lesser of the crime. The
Right.
punishment is not as severe. But like my thing was, I hope that, she can hold herself accountable and she can take this as a lesson learned. The hope, right?
It's just a cross fingers.
Yeah,
You
cross
can only
fingers.
hope, yeah.
And now we have this in the system where like this is like if something really big happens after that, like this is a history of it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know. But it's interesting. Before we left the room, I was just like reflecting on the whole thing just through the days, and I'm
Right.
like, dude, the
audacity.
the lawyers for the defendant was savage. Like
Really?
their job. So they said this they themed the trial. This trial is themed bias and betrayal because of two friends.
Right.
The biases of the of arts witnesses
Right.
and the police.
Right.
Right. Because the police made some comments, said the lady was angry. And so that was like a bias towards
Sure.
Brian, basically.
Yeah,
Let's say
yeah.
Brian's an angry person,
Yeah.
right? And so
I'm not.
the whole time, the lawyer for the defending side was like, well, the police never had they never wrote a report. How come they only went to art side first
Right.
on both occasions?
It's fair. Yeah.
Was basically saying, well, Art is homeless. There's no credibility. And I was like, wow.
Whoa,
Well,
whoa.
it's funny because
Yeah.
now we go back to the foreman. The foreman was talking about the credibility of Art.
Oh.
And that was like one of the other red flags. I was like, okay. And
So-
I said, and now that's our biases because we don't know the folks. So
Yeah.
you're like, just because they're homeless, we can't take in their testimony.
Right.
Because that also is evidence in this case, which the judge says you got to take testimonies as evidence
Right.
into this case.
Yeah.
So I didn't preface, but Brian's side, Brian chose not to go on stand at all the whole time, so we never got to hear from Brian.
Oh,
That's what made things difficult.
That is tough because
Yeah.
you just have one side basically.
You can't self-incriminate yourself, but now we have
Yeah.
to go off definitions, and I think that's where this lead in favor to the defending side because we can't, like, everyone is stuck on the definition side,
Yeah.
and so we took lesser of the crime.
Wow.
But after that, they dismissed us for the day, and that's when the sentencing happened.
Mm.
And at the end, I was like, man. Lady. It was so funny. It was so funny because we all left. We got into the same elevator. We fit 12 folks. We were kind of like laughing. She said something, and I was like, like that was my mood. I was like, I'm not trying to do this.
No,
right?
no,
Left,
no.
and that was my experience during jury duty. I told Nadine. She said this is frustrating,
Yeah.
and I kept it like a secret. Like I said, I'm not gonna have any accidents because I accidentally told this and
Yeah.
now I'm getting
Yeah.
fined or getting jail time. I took it like really to the heart and didn't tell a soul.
Well, no, I mean, because I think if it's you start speaking out of the case, I think they just throw out the case because it's like,
Yeah.
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 Because now you're tainted. Now they have to do the whole jury selection process all over again.
Yeah.
On top of that, and then the judge said before we left, now you can take money from any reporters and all that stuff if they do approach you, or if the lawyers call you in to ask you a little bit more, you can talk about the case.
It's freely now, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's wild. Okay, well, that's was it worth your time?
I would honestly do it again.
Okay.
But I love the part where I got to see how people actually think about certain things, or what things they don't think of, because they don't experience that on a day to day. But at the same time, I'm just like, some people just don't make sense, and that's what the world is sometimes.
Yeah.
So going back to the people that take us like, oh, you'll see, you saw.
I saw, and I was so frustrated, dude. Like,
I would be. I wasn't even there, and I was pissed off for you, man.
yeah.
Like,
I told my boss after all that, and everyone was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
I was just so pissed, but I would do it again. I've heard, some of the other folks they've done like cases that or like a month. It was like
damn, a month?
money laundering, or a murder case.
Oh,
Yeah,
like
that's
things
gnarly.
like that is
serious
gnarly.
cases, high profile cases.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I would do it again, and that was my experience.
Yeah,
I'll show up next time.
You showed up.
you finally convinced Art to show up to these things, huh?
All of a sudden.
Yeah.
We'll see. They probably stopped sending me notes.
All right, let's get on with the show. Snapple Facts.
Wow. Yeah, that was a long one.
This week's Snapple Fact.
About 25% of pet owners give Valentine's Day gifts to their pet. Are you going to give a Valentine's Day for
Most
Gracie?
likely.
Yeah, there you
Probably
go.
gonna
Part of the
get
25% right
yeah,
there.
1 out of 4
Nice.
folks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't have a pet, so that's a no.
Yeah, I don't have a pet either.
Would you guys ever get pets like down the road?
Yeah, for sure. I've
Like,
always wanted a dog.
Oh, really?
I've
Kinda
thought
dog.
I've thought about it. It's just
I
like
like dogs.
my schedule's so erratic because I'm
Mhm.
freelance, so it wouldn't make sense.
I can see you get like a reptile.
Something low maintenance
Like
for sure.
Like a chameleon where you have like a lamp on the side.
Probably. I would lean towards more like fish or something aquatic
Oh.
because it's a little bit more low maintenance. Like as
Is
long
it?
as it can be. It can
Okay.
be.
Yeah.
Like as long as they're, chill, like their temperature's good and whatever, and the water pH is good, it's fine.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fair. I used to have fish, actually.
Yeah.
Just gotta clean out the poop.
Oh, I know. That's
I was thinking more like the high end like tropical fish. I've seen
Oh,
like
like
some
the
bills.
salt
Oh, like
yeah.
Drew?
Salt water.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like a little bit more self-maintaining, I think.
Right, yeah.
But you got to get it all.
You have to find the right ecosystem because I've been watching a bunch of those things. Like you have to get like the right coral and then like the right like microorganisms
Yeah.
there, like where it becomes self-sustaining.
Yeah, that's.
All right. Random fun. We like to play games on the show, such as this or that. Would you rather? Name your price, fact or fiction, and most likely to.
Uh-huh.
This episode, we're playing Second Dates. Art?
All right. So, second date is a game where players answer questions typically asked on the second date.
Huh.
We take turns answering a set of questions. The goal is to gather different perspectives, share personal responses, and get to know each other on a deeper level. Let's play.
All right.
Play. First question, Brian.
Okay. First question is, what are things where bigger isn't better? Where bigger isn't better.
Bills.
I want to say ego.
Ego.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Metaphysical. It's not just physical.
Bigger isn't better.
You got a big ego. Can't do that.
Yeah, no.
Especially if there's two people doing that.
That's hard.
It's a double.
And then Jason said bills.
Bills.
Bills?
Bigger
Oh,
bills.
okay, bigger
Yeah,
bills.
yeah,
Well-
Yeah, okay.
Well, bigger
yeah, makes
headaches
sense.
after the bills too. So.
Yeah. I mean, those go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was all thinking like I don't know, like a bigger portion size. like I was thinking like you're on a date, right? Like physically, I was like I don't know, bigger portion size. That's not a many.
No. Just like in general.
Well, let's pretend this is Valentine's Day. You're at Fogo de Chao and you're talking about some of these things over,
Oh,
just waiting for your food.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I was like, I don't know the plate. What is that?
Like in a relationship, I guess, if you want to kind of define it.
Bigger isn't better.
Yeah.
I don't know. Social media following.
Okay.
Yeah.
That could be fair. Yeah.
Explain.
Me personally, I don't know. I feel like sometimes when folks have a huge following, potentially, or that's a big part of their life, sometimes it could be like too much for me. Maybe because I'm not very big on.
You're a very
social
low key
media
person.
right now. Yeah, low key. So
I think that ties into mine, like, because if you have a bigger social following, it's like a bigger ego. And all that, right?
I mean, for those that can maintain it,
Sure.
where like this is not their whole life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know some folks where like they have that number and that's all it is.
Yeah.
Or they treat folks like they're lesser of
yeah,
them
Just because they don't have
on
as
social media.
many,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Just depends on how
depends.
you use
Yeah,
it, right?
depends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're the Rock and you're cool,
Yeah.
hang out.
Nice to have friends in high places, right?
Yeah. What are 3 things you would take a bath in that aren't water?
Bath
in.
I'll do a mud.
Yeah. I was like mud.
I'll do milk.
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 Like a milk bath. You never heard of
I
that?
don't know.
No.
Is it to help like lighten your skin?
No, it's not lighten. It's supposed to be good for your
good for your
skin, I
skin?
guess. Like milk.
Wait,
you
who
never heard of
takes-
a milk bath?
Where do you take a milk bath at?
I don't know, but I've heard like milk baths are a thing.
Probably a farm.
What if you're lactose?
I don't know.
You're like,
Don't
Probably
drink the
not.
milk.
I mean, almond milk.
oh, okay.
Yeah, you got non-dairy based milks.
Okay,
That's
mud,
interesting.
milk.
Yeah, you never heard of milk bath?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it,
3 things though.
do they have
Three
like a,
things.
Do they have like a 3-person package that we can? A group one?
I don't know.
Dude, let me try.
I don't know.
Let's do it for.
Wait, aren't you lactose?
I would do it for.
You take lactase?
Oh yeah, I can take lactose.
Okay.
Yeah, but I would do it as a little segment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 things though. Is that one each or?
Mud.
I mean, anything you want to add to it. I
Milk.
would say cereal.
Cereal. Yeah, milk and cereal.
What cereal though?
There you got like a big old spoon.
Yeah, you're just in it.
You're just
And then Art comes out of the. I'm like midway eating my.
You got to make sure that you take a bath before you go in the milk and start eating
Yeah.
that because you want your booty particles in there.
It's already your blue particles are
It's
already gonna be there.
dude.
Yeah.
Once the milk is in there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. What about you, Aaron?
Wait, what kind of
Jell-O.
cereal? Wait, what kind of cereal?
Jell-O?
Oh,
Just
Jello.
kidding. Oh, what
How
kind
can
of
you take a
cereal?
bath and
It's weird, right? Imagine. You're like moving all slow. Ooh. What kind of cereal? I don't know.
You be asking these on the second date?
I was thinking immediately like Fruit Loops or something.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Right?
That would be
Fruit
fun.
Loops. Yeah, Fruit Loops is good.
Yeah, you do Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
Apple Jacks, maybe.
No,
Apple
I don't know.
Jacks.
Keep it spicy.
Maybe Rice Krispies. You hear the
Oh, man.
get some white noise while you're in there.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
ASMR.
Yep.
Let's see. What are things people think are attractive, but you do not?
Oh,
I'll go with feet. I'm all right with it. Like I don't.
Yeah.
you're not into it, but
I'm
you know
not
people
into
are
it.
into it.
Yeah, I don't see the big deal.
People think so.
Wait, let me ask you.
Huh?
Since you work with feet,
What
you've done. You've
Like
done.
a masseuse, right?
No, you've
Yeah.
done pictures before.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Why?
take
Like,
feet.
what's the?
Okay, I talked to a friend who.
It's the arch, right? The arch is sexy.
No.
So imagine putting them together.
No, it's
The pinky toe?
well. I don't know, but I've had a friend like because I think I asked my friend like I would just show him pictures of feet like what is hot about this to you,
Yeah.
you know? And he says it's like the shape, it's like the presentation. Sometimes it's like the what is it? What do you do? Like a pedicure?
Pedicure.
You know?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
the
Like when they're
curvature,
done.
you know, and all
Yeah,
that
it's like
too.
polished.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
then
not the corns or the crust.
No.
Oh, okay.
no. There's a certain I guess
Softness.
quality. Yeah, there's a quality
Or
to
like
them. you
Rough
know?
heels or anything like that.
It's hard to say because like people are into different things, and
Yeah.
it's like
Not so hairy. You like foot knuckle?
yeah, I like her.
That's on men though, right?
Yeah, I mean, women can have it on there too. Yeah,
Which friend is this, Brian?
I don't. I'm not gonna say their name because I don't want them to get like made fun of. That sucks.
Okay.
I'm not gonna call them out.
Why do you get made fun of?
Yeah, that's her.
Why did you do that to the mic?
Just imagine like 2 feet going like. Never mind.
Can you quit violating my mic?
People think are attractive. Look, I took this to mean like a general attractive thing that you personally don't think. You know.
Yeah.
So like feet, I feel like it's too specialized because like that's like a, you have to kind of like reach out on there. Like, what's a general attractive thing that you just are not into? I guess.
This is a hard one. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like
Yeah,
what
yeah.
doesn't really have too much value.
Yeah, because I can see the
Right.
value in all things. Like I'm a pretty easygoing guy. You know.
Can we say then what things can we appreciate then? If you can't think of.
What are things people think that people appreciate but you do not appreciate?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Still in that same context.
Or
I mean that's the nature of the question. You know.
yeah. Or I mean, take out the you do not. Just
Right.
what things do you appreciate then? Smile, like
Smiles are good. Yeah.
I don't know. I think authenticity.
Ooh,
Okay,
okay,
that's a good
on
one.
a deeper level. Okay,
Yeah.
Because it's like got to be somebody you like talk to for years, right? So it's like,
yeah. Who you think of?
who am I thinking of?
Yeah, what's her name?
What's his name?
It's a little too early to tell.
Oh,
a
is
little
it?
too early to tell.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
All right.
Not kidding. I appreciate lotion elbows.
Lotioned elbows.
Dude, I mean, like if you can take care of
Okay.
yourself,
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
if you can take care of yourself on the elbow side, because
Yeah.
I think that's something that we forget.
Yeah.
I feel like you can take care of yourself on a deeper level, and that
Mhm.
goes down to your lotion elbows.
I mean, if we're going that route, I'd say moisturized lips.
Damn, Brian.
All right. So you like to stay hydrated?
Yeah.
Wow, let me borrow your chapstick real quick.
You trying to kiss me? What the
Okay.
Brian took it there.
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
wait. I was just thinking about moisturized lips.
Number 4. What are normal things you always say no to?
Group texts that there's just way too many folks in there. I'm like, and there's
Oh,
no
group
reason.
texts?
There's no
Yeah.
reason sometimes, and then people
Oh.
start sending all these bullshit memes.
yeah.
Are you get a notification like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess yeah. Group text like.
Like, hey, we're planning this. We're planning a wedding.
And then
I'm
there's like a
you need every family member in there.
Yeah.
And there's like a gif like everyone like
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
That's a good one.
But
I mean-
how do you say no to that? You just like leave or what? How do you say no?
If my
to that?
family's watching, I love our group text. But when it's like
A friends.
random friends too, I'm just like, why
You're not
is
even
it?
close to all of them,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that kind of setting.
Yeah,
I
like
would
I got. Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't say it.
Well, you could say it, and you could just bleep it out.
say. Yeah.
Oh no, there's like
Or
like
cut it out.
Or have you ever been like involved in? I'm not saying I am right now, currently or anything.
It's like I may or may not be involved.
But I was like, have you ever got like joined in on like a coworker group text or something, or like where you're just like
Maybe a bit smaller group text, not like
Yeah.
a big.
Like, what's your limit? Like 4 people?
or
4, yeah, 4 is cool.
Four's a good
yeah.
group, I think. Anything more than that, it's like, okay, let's chill.
yeah, unless like they're
Unless we all know each
Yeah.
other,
Yeah.
then it's
they're
okay.
good friends.
Yeah,
and
good
stuff, 'cause
friends.
Those are fine. That's how I get updated on like some sports stuff, honestly, because
Yeah.
they'll just say something. Like, oh,
Yeah.
cool.
That's a good one though. That's a good
Yeah.
one though. That is a normal thing. So how do you say no? Do you just like
Leave the room.
Leave the room?
Yeah.
you
It's just that Jason has left the conversation.
Yeah. And then whoever started, I'd be like, hey man, like I'm not really into this.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a group.
I don't want
texter,
to.
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just text me whatever you need on the side.
Yeah.
Are you gonna say something about that? Your work?
Oh no,
thing?
no, just
Are
like
you
a
part of one?
work group text.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one. Damn.
Like if it's like let's say you work at a retail store and the entire retail store is like on a group text, you know, you're just like,
Yeah.
hey, what the heck?
Yeah. You're like, I don't even know this guy who works the morning
Yeah.
shift or whatever, right?
Yeah. Who's this guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would say no to like certain projects too. Like not every project I have to say yes to,
Yeah,
Mm.
but a lot of times, like when you're on the seasonal side, or I mean, you've been there for like, oh, just give it to Jason.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have
No.
time for that, dude.
yeah.
I got my own
All of a
stuff going
sudden,
on.
yeah,
Or I'm not as passionate about it, you know?
yeah.
Normal things that I say no to.
I would say no to eating first.
Oh, what do you mean, like
Like if there's like a party or
group
something, or like a group of people, and then like,
we just going first to eat?
yeah, like I'll wait till other people go to eat first.
Okay.
Like in a party setting or?
Party setting, yeah, or like I don't know if there's like an event style thing where there's like everybody's getting up to eat, and I'll just like wait a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know
You're
what I
not
mean?
the first in line. Like,
Yeah,
You're not in the first
run
in
over
line.
there.
Yeah.
That's another
Yeah.
good
Help is
one,
on
too.
the way.
Yeah, because I don't want everyone to see me clean it up at the
Yeah.
end. You know?
Like, damn, it's a buffet.
I mean, I get up, and if I'm there first, then I'm there first. If I'm not, I'm not. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
how I roll with that. I'm trying to think like normal things that I say no to.
Client work?
Paying me money, I'll
Okay.
I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
Friends when they invite?
I'll say yes if I can make it. That's like
Yeah.
you know, I'm not. It's very hard because I'm a very like agreeable type of person. I don't say no unless there's like extenuating circumstances or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, that one's a hard one for me. I don't know.
Bets, maybe then.
Like bets,
Like dares.
Yeah,
dares.
That's an easy one, right? You won't say yes to every.
Well, I mean, like that's not a normal thing. Like bets are kind of like out there, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not a normalized thing. Like, do you make bets every day? You know,
Yes.
you bet on yourself.
I only gamble with my life.
All right. Well, here's a pistol. There's one bullet in it. You gamble. Yeah.
What is something that shouldn't happen at church but does? Oh yeah, man, taking naps.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
do that.
that's a good one.
Yeah,
Happens at
Man, it's like Family Feud, right? Ding, nap,
survey says
uh,
nap.
we should do that one.
We should,
Family Feud would be fun.
We need like a third party to do that, to have them plan it, come in, and
Oh yeah, that'd be a thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be cool though.
Yeah. Something that
you gotta
happens
give it a survey, right, and tally up the survey.
Yeah,
shouldn't happen at church but does.
gossip,
Gossip.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Judge.
Good one.
Okay.
judgment,
Okay.
Devil worship.
steal from the offering basket.
Still, oh my gosh.
Dude, I was like 5.
Wait, did you?
Well, because they were handing like it was like my first time at a church
Yeah.
or whatever, and then like they're handing it out. I was like, oh, okay, I can use this
No.
for ice cream. And
No.
then my parents were like, no, you got to put that back.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you get slapped on the hand.
yeah.
You know what's funny? Every time they pass the basket,
Yeah.
when I was in YouTube, I used to just do the motion.
Oh, yeah, just like that. Yep.
My answer is that. My answer is that.
fake donating.
Yeah,
That happens.
That shouldn't happen at church, but it does.
but it does. You know what's funny? My dad, I think I shared this, our communion episode. Remember
Communion?
that? Long time ago. I think asking for seconds. during communion.
like getting another drink.
Yeah, my
Let me get
dad.
another
My dad
drink.
asked for another cracker.
Did he go to a different line or the same line?
No. Well, so our church grew up in a Christian church. They had like everything in the tray, and they would walk down the aisle.
Oh, okay.
And so when it came down to my dad, he got one, and then it went to my mom, and then my dad asked for a second one, and the dude was like, what did he say? He said, "Oh, I didn't eat dinner." And my mom kind of like scolded him, like, "No, you just get one."
Yeah.
You know, I was growing up, like, because like I went to the communion school or like whatever CCD, right?
Oh, you want CCD?
Yeah, I went to CCD, and because you know,
think
like,
you
my
have
parents
to.
wanted me to get like confirmed so I can do the communion.
Yeah.
And growing up, like I wasn't allowed to, so I was wondering what it tasted like.
Yeah.
And like when I finally got it, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, people are lining up for this. This tastes like nothing. This needs like some flavor or whatever. But like,
Skyflakes
I know
is
that's
better.
not, I know that's not the point. But I was
You
like,
already
I was
know
like
why.
a teenager.
Yeah.
I was a
We've been through
teenager.
this before.
looking
It's the
at
body of Christ, guys.
yeah. That wine though.
It's been a minute since I've had wine at a church. Actually, I don't think.
Do they serve?
I don't think they
wine
do
in it?
that.
Some
too much
sometimes they
anymore.
do
Grape
like grape
juice or
juice.
something.
Yeah.
Because people will be asking for seconds.
Or like they'll be
getting
like
drunk.
drinking like, "Hey man,
Well,
just a sip."
Because
Yeah.
the pastor or the who is it in the Catholic Church drinks it
Father?
too, right? And they wipe it on the end.
Yeah,
They do. They wipe it after every
Yeah.
supposedly, but yeah.
yeah. I think after the whole like COVID thing, I don't think it's a.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just not as.
That's not a.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, that's not a healthy thing in general.
In
Before
general,
that,
yeah.
that's why I only never did it once, just to see what it tastes like. And I was like, because I made sure like a family member was there, because at least I know whose lips are on there and I know what they've been doing.
Dude, I remember like when I was practicing for communion for the first time. So
What?
like,
Wait,
Huh?
who practice with?
like my parents, because they were like, "Okay, you gotta.
Oh.
This is what you do.
Yeah,
This
you
is how
gotta
you do
eat
it.
this, and then you have to.
Oh, they didn't put you through CCD
And
or
then-
nothing?
No, they did.
Oh, okay.
But like, because they knew that I had to take wine or drink wine, right?
Okay.
And they're like, "Oh, this guy doesn't know what it tastes like."
Yeah.
So like, they
So they
let
gave
me
you
taste
wine?
it. They let
Yeah.
me taste it first,
Yeah.
and then I tasted it, and I was like, "Ugh!" Like I freaked out. I was like, "Ugh!" And I ran to the sink and like spit it out, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You cannot do that when you're in church."
Imagine
Yeah.
if they didn't do that for you.
Yeah.
And you did that
Yeah.
right there.
Your dad's like unbuckling his
Yeah,
belt.
dude.
Your mom's taking off the slipper.
Yeah. So that was a good experience.
That's funny.
They prepared me for that.
Should have an episode just recounting all of our.
They set me up
church
for success
memories.
on that one.
So when the time came, or do we save that for another episode?
We'll save it for next
Okay.
time.
Yeah. I think it was fine. I think it was good.
What are intimate but non-sexual things to do with people?
Picnic? I would, right?
Picnic?
I would say picnic?
Picnic,
It's like tell
intimate,
secrets.
yeah.
Yeah. Tell secrets.
Tell their
Whisper.
deep dark secrets.
Whisper at recess.
Whisper in the
Is that
ear.
intimate?
Yeah.
I would say hug.
Hug.
Hugs can be
Okay.
intimate, you know.
Yeah. A little massage here and there.
Well, what? I mean,
Whoa,
it can get sexual. I don't know.
Yeah, it depends on where.
Yeah.
I was thinking like shoulders.
I meant like workplace, like not at workplace.
Yeah. You
Not,
can
not,
hug.
not where
Yeah.
on
That's
the
intimate,
body.
you know. You can
Oh,
have
like
intimate
where-
hug
like
between
location.
friends. Yeah.
Like okay.
No, not location on body.
Oh. I see.
You could see where Art's mind went.
see.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
need
I
a-
went there too.
Need a
So.
hand
Yeah.
massage.
Um,
Like for your joints and ankles.
Nice safe. Yeah.
all right, last question. What are jobs you would never want to have?
Most of the jobs on Mike Rowe's Dirty Jobs. You remember that show?
Yeah,
the
did
day
it still show
jobs.
that show?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably.
Just reruns.
That's a good one. Yeah, I think I just don't handle like dirt very well.
Okay.
Yeah, like the sewage treatment thing or whatever.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like smells. Oh man.
Smells
dude.
are a big one. Yeah.
Did they ever do like field trips to the sewage treatment plant for you guys?
No,
We did that in elementary.
that's wild.
And I remember going through this tunnel and they would show like this you know when you're like panning for gold
right.
and they
Yeah.
put it down like this pipe that just slides through.
Yeah. And
It
you
was
just
so-
put it like that.
Yeah, it was something similar to that, but it was like sewage and people they
Ugh.
would say like people would find like money
Yeah.
and some of the staff there would wash it off and spend it.
Yeah.
And I remember like we were going through it and I felt so sick. Like they had to excuse me from the field trip.
Oh, you were like physically sick.
I was physically sick because it smelled.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
dude.
like
It's overwhelming. It can
yeah,
be
we're
overwhelming.
going through like because they're showing like all the tanks and
Right,
they're showing like the how they filter it like through the water and all this stuff. And I was feeling sick, and they pulled me aside, and the dude got me like a Sprite. I remember, like, he got me a Sprite. I sat down. Someone else felt sick, and they just sat next to me. They didn't get a Sprite.
They didn't get
They
one.
did. Only one Sprite. Only one
Yes.
Sprite.
It's like
But that was a lot because I remember the bus ride back. I was like, I just fell asleep. Like that was
Yeah.
like a lot on me in
yeah.
elementary,
Yeah.
dude. I think it was like 3rd grade or something.
Oh my god, yeah,
Wow.
you're like 8 years old. Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I would say anything on like sewage or just trash. I wouldn't want.
I mean, hats off to the people
Yeah.
that do it.
Saying not all
like,
heroes wear
appreciate
capes.
you know,
I
because
just can't.
someone's got to do it. I always kind of
Someone's
wonder,
gotta
like,
do
you know,
it.
how you get into that sort of work. You know,
I mean, they pay well,
we got
I
to.
hope so. Yeah,
I
They
hope
better. I hope so. You know,
Yeah.
and I don't think there's like specific skills that you need. Everything's like on the job training.
Tolerable.
Yeah.
Be able to tolerate that.
yeah.
I think my dad wanted to do that at one point when he retired from the Navy.
Oh yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be a foreman.
Yeah.
That job.
No, I don't know. You
Construction foreman.
Oh, construction foreman
No,
or
sorry.
juror foreman? 'Cause
I'll be the co-foreman.
Yeah.
I don't know. You do a good job, like as
It's
a main.
It's just stressful, dude. Like to have someone like I said, like I've never turned my chair around before like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Until I like she said not guilty. I was like, are you? I was ready.
But that
to
was just a very bad example of a foreman, though.
Yeah, because I think
if it was-
if you had volunteered, I think
It would have been
You-
a lot smoother, probably.
yeah,
So you got to
Yeah.
step up to the plate.
I'll be like, oh, recess. Let's go again.
Yeah.
Recess lunchtime again.
I was like,
don't
did they give
know.
you free snacks?
You know what? Someone said, why don't they give snacks here?
Yeah.
like a bowl of chips or something.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Some Funyuns.
It was funny.
popcorns, pop chips, skinny
Yeah,
pops.
pops. Yeah, popcorn. Yeah.
It was funny because day 2, I was like, oh, you know what? Before I go to the courthouse, I'm going to buy some snacks and put in my backpack, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so I was trying to go to Aldi. They weren't open in
Oh,
time.
shoot.
And then I went to Target. They weren't open on time. I was like, damn.
Yeah, so you got to go to like
You gotta prep.
7-Eleven.
Yeah, you got to prep first. So I
Yeah.
didn't have snacks that
Yeah.
day. So
Dang, dude. So jobs.
Yeah.
I basically said like
Sandwich.
anything like sewage. You know?
I probably wouldn't do like, just to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't do like, oh, what is that? It's like butcher, but like
Oh,
in the
what?
warehouses,
oh,
Like where they kill all the
yeah.
animals?
like the live animals.
Oh, the actual
Yeah,
butchers.
like
yeah.
the actual,
yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
where they
couldn't-
string up all the cows. You got to like
Dude,
slice it.
They showed
Yeah,
that
or
on
bleed them.
on
Yeah.
social media. Yeah, I saw something on my feed. I was like, damn, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is, yeah.
It's like sensitive content. It's
Snapping all the chickens and eggs and stuff.
Like, yeah.
Something on the not gross thing. Just anything where I have to sell. You know,
Mm.
like a car salesman or
that's
like,
hard to do.
Like
Can't
yeah,
do that.
or just anything where you
Commission
have-
based.
Yeah,
Anything
yeah.
just commission based.
Yeah. I'm not the type of person to like try and sell someone on something.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a producer. Like I make things.
Yeah.
Like I like doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Dre. All right, Q&As. These come from our community members through our Instagram, our DMs, and we have it here on the pod. So first one comes from
Rock's aim. Who do you think will win the Super Bowl this year?
I don't even know who's playing this year.
Chiefs and Eagles. This is a
yeah.
rematch
Go
Oh.
Eagles.
for this year. Eagles? Why? Do you have a...
I just don't like the Chiefs. Sorry.
Yeah. There's this whole conspiracy theory. Well, because this is going to be their 3rd Super Bowl in a row, and I think one of the first. I don't know if the Patriots did 3 in a row, but they're looking for the Chiefs to win, or it's going to be a fixed game, is what I'm hearing. That they can go 3 in a row, but I would like to see the
So
Eagles.
the past 2 have been the Eagles.
No, it's been the Chiefs.
Oh, it's been the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't follow football, but this is what I heard.
Yeah, I don't follow football either. So
Yeah.
whenever Super Bowl rolls around, I just know friends are throwing parties and I'm invited. So it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I just want to
Yeah.
hang with the friends, you know?
Eat some
Yeah.
snacks.
Yeah.
So you go Eagles?
Hey, I'll go Eagles.
I'll go Eagles.
Eagles, sure, why not?
Hey,
Let's go.
that's funny because today's episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. I'm just kidding.
I was like, hey, this was on the itinerary.
That'd be cool though, right?
Yeah, man.
Second one is from Islander_AC. What food spot only found in SD would you open up in another state or vice versa?
Food spot only found in SD. You'd open up in another state.
Food spot that's only found here?
I would do Punjabi Tandoor.
Oh, there
Miramar?
we go. Yeah.
I love that place,
That place is
dude.
pretty good, yeah.
Where would I put it though?
Dude, they came up, huh?
It's like family owned, right?
Yeah, but I feel like didn't it used to be like just like literally like a small little thing?
I think so.
No, it still is a small little thing.
Really? I thought it got like bigger.
Oh no,
Maybe that was a different Indian place.
Yeah, there's a lot of Indian
Where's
places.
the one that we went to? Didn't we meet up at one?
Miramar. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Was that Punjabi Tender? I thought like before it was like
Yes, but
Punjabi Tender.
yeah,
I thought before it was like amongst like other building, like it was like an office space style.
No, it
in the
is
building.
still. It's in the corner, right?
That was like its own thing, wasn't it? Its own building the last time we went.
No, it was like its own slot within a huge building.
Oh, shit,
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, it's been a while. Huh?
It's been a while for that.
Was I with? I thought I was with you guys. I don't know.
I mean, you guys know my answer. I'll just say Zen curry.
Oh, Zen curry is your thing.
Curry.
I love
Yeah.
curry. I love curry.
I just had curry last week. Nadine made
Yeah.
like this katsu curry. It was so
Ooh,
good.
yeah. Japanese style curry is really good. I like all curries, honestly.
I'd probably do R&B, but in like a like a random like Ohio. Imagine that.
You get no business.
I don't know. Might be able to
R&B Filipino.
change things up.
I mean, you can find Filipinos anywhere. So
Yeah.
if you become the Filipino spot, you will be successful.
Yeah.
Right?
That'd be cool. Cause man, everybody gotta love their sisig.
Yeah.
Well, and I think you can
How they
charge
get
like barbecue sticks and stuff too.
Yeah, the
People
barbecue.
will
Oh
buy
wait,
that.
no. You gotta do the R&B like in like Virginia.
Ooh,
Virginia.
Yeah. There's a lot of Filipinos there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of Filipino food there?
I don't know.
there might be.
Might be. I don't know. I gotta ask my cousins that live there.
Yeah, Maryland too.
Yeah.
There you
There's a
go.
place called Manila Mart.
Oh, maybe I'll go there.
There you go.
Go
Yeah.
for the Philippines. You wanna-
Maryland. That's Is that a
Dude.
border? Is that a border to Canada?
No,
I
that
get
is not Maryland.
I get stuck.
Oh,
with
I'm thinking
all the-
Massachusetts. Am I?
Yeah.
Massachusetts is not even on the border to Canada.
What am I thinking of? Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont.
That's
There
what
you
I'm
go.
thinking of. There it is. There it is.
Geography is not your.
I was gonna
strong
hit
suit.
it.
Sure.
I was gonna hit eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Massachusetts for sure is like in the upper seat, but it's like below. Vermont.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like next to it's like one of those small
By the
rectangular
lakes?
states. No, not by the lakes. It's on the Atlantic Ocean.
If you said Texas, I'd be like,
It's part of New England, though.
Okay, I will
Right?
concede to you on that.
All right, last question. This comes from Miss Nadina.
Hey,
I feel like all of you have non-traditional jobs. How did you explain that to your parents?
I didn't really explain.
no, yeah, I didn't have to explain.
Were they ever like, "Hey, I want you to be this,"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
and then what happened?
I was like,
They didn't care.
No, I mean, well, at first it was like, oh, cool. I got like out of college. I was like, okay, I need a full time job now. So I was like, oh, I'm just working at Best Buy. They're like, all right, cool. And then when I got the one job at the Y, I was like, oh, I'm working at the Y. They're like, all right, cool. What do you do? I was like, so it's part of like this, social services branch. Like, what's that? I was like, it's not the gym. And they're like, so what do you do? I was like, I work with kids. It's like, okay. Doing what? Like, I don't know, kind of like counseling. Oh, okay.
Wait, is that your mom asking you? I can see that.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
That's cool. He didn't care.
it was like he didn't care, but also not impressed. You know what I mean? It was just like, oh,
yeah.
do,
Like, okay.
do whatever you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he wasn't like, oh,
Yeah. Got it.
Mine wasn't until I started taking photos of my family,
Oh.
and they're like, oh, okay, like you're actually good.
Yeah. Do you have a family portrait at home?
I did one
Like
for
on the wall or something?
No. It's because like what was it? My parents like all their like paintings and stuff that they got, so we don't
Yeah.
really have like family photos on the wall. But I've taken a couple.
Dang.
Like I think when like sister like was in town and stuff. I think one of them was like my Christmas one. I like.
I feel like our like my parents are similar to yours.
Yeah.
Like my mom would be.
you have to
"What's
like
that?"
explain it in a way that they
Yeah.
can understand it too, right? Like, you can't be like,
Yeah.
oh,
Especially
I'm a
like
case manager. Like,
Yeah.
what does that do?
Yeah.
yeah, especially like
What kind of
'cause
kids you work with?
they're-
The troubled ones?
Was like, and then they share it to their friends.
Yeah.
And it's a
Yeah.
different like thing.
He's like, he works with homeless. like, all right.
And then your parents like, yeah, you work for probation. I'm like, no, that's not what I said, Dad. I think that's the same thing with my dad. Like, he really wanted me to do something more like on the nursing, lawyer, like something big, right?
Yeah, or something they understood.
Yeah,
it's
something-
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, because he like at the end of the day, I got it. He wanted me to be able to provide, and
Right.
I remember I've shared this in the past episodes. When I got into like the leadership position, I gave him my business card just to give him,
Right.
Yeah.
and then he cried, and I was like,
Yeah.
"This is what it took to get you to cry."
Shoot.
I should have just printed
know,
these
right?
a long time ago.
I make my own. I'm not
Yeah,
even.
yeah.
That's when you got the PD one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah. No, even the supervisor
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I think that was the
Yeah.
first one I gave him.
Right.
Like, but just getting there, like I was like, wow, because he knew that I wasn't just messing around. And,
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Is like, just don't do stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Fair.
remember that was always the thing. It was like, you got your degree in sociology?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. And then one of my uncles was like, what are you going to do? Socialize?
I can see that. I
I
can
was
see that.
like, oh, God.
Oh my god.
All right. Oh, dang. Last call.
I
Thank
told you we're at the end.
Shout outs. Anything you want to plug, upcoming events, and pod encounters from friends and family.
Yeah, I want to just give a big shout out to my cousin Rochelle and her husband Warren. Congratulations on baby number 2. Orion
Ooh.
Kai, welcome.
Nice.
Big baby.
What? 10 pounds?
Like 8.
Damn, that's a big.
Oh, I don't
Eight-
know.
eight
That was
and
me.
change. Oh, you're 10
That's
pounds?
That's a big baby.
Yeah.
dude. I feel sorry for your mom.
I know.
Yeah,
she's still recovering.
Oh,
She walks like this. Not play.
yeah. I think 8 and change. So that's
Okay.
pretty big. I think what average is like 7 and change.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
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 Congratulations, y'all.
Whoa, whoa.
I want to give a shout out to Miguel and Yadi. I just went to their kid's first birthday yesterday for Astrid. So I was there for his surprise engagement. I was there at their wedding,
okay.
and then now their first kid.
Yeah.
So congrats to them. You kept a child alive for a year. So that's why you celebrate the first year, man.
Yeah,
You
That's funny.
you keep a living thing alive for like a whole year. It's a big
Yeah.
thing to celebrate.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can't talk or anything.
Yeah, they can't talk and all that.
figure it
It's
out.
a lot of learning planes,
Yeah. That's funny.
Right. Also want to shout out to Psi Chi Omega and Delta Sigma Psi. They're usually around this time of the year. Hey, you're not gonna believe that.
No, I'm not. I'm
I
just
know.
kidding.
Come on.
I'm not.
Always shout outs to Karen Ellen. Did some of their social media work recently, and then also to Langston and Eddie. They needed some photos for promoting stuff. So thanks for always your business and all that. Yeah.
Solid.
Shout out. I just have Nadine on here. Not just Nadine, but Nadine for all the support and love and everything she does on the back end of this pod. Like she gets me to really think of like
She gets you on the back end, huh?
on the back.
Oh, we know how Jason takes
Yeah.
it.
Ouch.
Well, that's why you were walking funny when I got here.
No, I got it from my mom.
Oh! Whoa.
Wait.
Hold on.
Hold on. All right, back to Nadine. And she also got tickets to the Ralph Barbosa stand-up comedy show. And so he was actually doing his special at the Balboa Theater
Okay.
the night that she took us. And I think we might be on his special in, I think it's Hulu. So we might be in the
Oh,
background.
shoot. Nice.
Yeah.
Where were you guys sitting?
Front row. It's funny because the whole time she's like, yeah, I think we're somewhere in the back. I'm like, okay, cool. We're in the front row. Like I was putting my drinks and chips and all that stuff.
And then he's like
Nice.
standing
On
like
the
right there,
yeah, he was like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's
good.
cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
All right.
I love Ralph. He's like one of those like he lets his joke kind of like marinate
Yeah.
and then you like laugh a little bit.
Yeah.
his
Does he do like a lot
delivery.
of callbacks to it too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Okay. Classic. Yeah.
shout out to Ralph. But do us one last favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It does help us out. Road to 500.
Nice. You seen traction on there?
Huh?
I don't know. That's after question.
Wait, what are you talking about? Oh.
I was like, you see a lot of YouTube traction? Do you post a lot of shorts? I'm like, I don't even know what's going on there.
I don't do the shorts, but I think the last episode we were like at 113
Cool.
subscribers, and now we're at 126. So
Wow.
shoot.
Okay.
yeah, so we got some new subscribers.
Yes.
I think it's just
Welcome
hard
to
on
the new
YouTube.
13. Huh?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just hard on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can be.
Yeah. So yeah, we're working towards there.
Mhm.
But thank you for hanging out with us. I'm brewpac.shakur.
This is Art.
And this is Brian.
Peace.
Peace.